identified us with Christ, that all that we were has been put to death with Christ. And we were raised and now are seated in the heavenlies. And so even when we fall flat on our faces, we are still accepted in Christ. We are still forgiven. We are still totally righteous. All these are facts once for all, a complete eternal reality. Now, the moment we begin to count them as true, what God says is already true will become true in our experience. You got to believe it. You got to count it to be true. Watchman Nee said this: let us remember that we are not dealing with promise but fact. See, God hasn't promised to crucify you. God has declared you are crucified with Christ. You're not claiming a promise here. You're actually believing a total naked fact. We're not saying we didn't sin. What we're saying is, even though I'm in sin, that sin has been forgiven, and I have been broken from sin's power. That's what God says. But because God has stated a greater fact before which the others must eventually yield, we must believe God no matter how convincing Satan appears. You know, one guy I was reading about in a lot of plastic surgery, he'd have somebody come and they was ugly as 4 o'clock, maybe a nose stick out to, ears that you fly with, just had something on it. That's a fact, scars or whatever. You know what he would do? He would do plastic surgery and fix them up. And he knew from experience, whenever he unwrapped them, the first thing that would come out of their mouth was, it didn't work. They looked absolutely beautiful, absolutely transformed, but they still would stay home and not go to get-togethers and all that, because in their minds, see, it's a mind thing, they were still what they'd always been. Some of you are like that. Someone has convinced you that you're dirty and you're ugly. You've fallen short of God's glory. Well, you have. But I want to tell you something. There's something else somebody better tell you about, Christian. You're forgiven. You're free. That means a lot. I'll close with this. It's not a dumb blind joke, but in 1993, a young woman with long blonde hair broke into a house in Mississippi. This had happened. The owner, Darren Terry, caught her, but she got away. Struggled, had a fight, and she got away. He went down to the police station and looked through the mug shots, and he identified Melissa Gambill as the one that broke into his house. And Melissa was arrested and convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Melissa said, I'm innocent. I did not do that. And her lawyer, Deborah Allen, believed her. And she came up with the idea that maybe what was happening here was a look-alike. And so she started spending all her time looking through mugshots, and she came across the mugshot of Pauline Bailey. And Pauline looked exactly like Melissa. And through a series of events, they got the case reopened, and Terry admitted that he'd made a misidentification. Now listen, Melissa was set free when her true identity came to the surface. Same with you. You will be set free the moment your true identity with Jesus comes to the surface and you start believing it. And until you do believe it, you will be in prison. You will be in bondage. And some of you, I really love you and I really feel for you. You can't get peace, though. You can't get joy because you know you don't deserve peace and you don't deserve joy and all that. I'm trying to tell you something. Don't matter. I'd say Jesus